Fine, good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. So this period is computer science for you students. So please all of you take your computer science textbooks in your hand. Sit in a place and listen carefully what are things I am teaching. Okay students. So now we are studying about chapter 6. So what's the title of the chapter students? Control structures. Isn't it? So in this chapter a lot of things we have studied regarding the programming, Python programming, isn't it? So before I am going to start the today's portion, so just recall what are things you have studied in the last class, okay? So what are things you have studied students? So last class you have studied about nested if-else statement, then while loop, isn't it? So loop statements also you have studied. So today also you are going to study second loop concept. That is iteration statement. Last class you have studied iteration statement, while loop. So today you are going to study about for loop. Okay. So this and all already have studied in the C++, last year C++ itself. Same concept only. Okay. So for loop is a, we can say in a programming language, if you are using for loop, so that is a most comfortable loop, we can say. Okay, that is a very easiest loop as well as most comfortable loop. We can say this for loop. Okay, and also we can say for loop as a entry check loop. Okay, so why we are saying entry check? So at the entry point of the loop, okay, so you are giving the conditions at the starting point of the loop. So for then inside the bracket you will give some condition. So like a while loop also where you will give the condition students, while inside the bracket you will give some condition, isn't it? Same way for loop also at the starting you will give some condition. Okay, so based on the condition, so next it will check what are the statements you are, if the condition is true or not. Okay, so once if the condition is true, the statements you are giving inside the for loop, that means block will get executed. Okay, so once your condition is not true means only it will go to which one? Else part. But else part is a optional here. Okay, else part if you are as per your wish, you can give means give, otherwise no need. Okay, that's an optional thing. Okay, so listen carefully. So for loop is a very important question. For loop is very important question. Okay students, so the for loop is a, we can say most comfortable or the easiest loop you can use in a program in very easier manner. Okay, so and also we can say for loop is a entry check loop. Okay, so why we are saying entry check loop means you are checking the conditions. So inside the for loop you should give some condition, isn't it? So always you will check the condition at the entry point or starting point of the loop. Okay, so otherwise we can say at the beginning, once entering the loop at the beginning part of the program you are checking the condition. Okay, so and now you are executing the program. Okay, so based on the condition, once if your condition is true means the statements you are giving inside the for loop will execute. Okay, so if your statements is false means only it will go to which part students? Else part. Okay, but else part is an optional one, it's not a compulsory. Okay students, okay, then so if they ask for 2 mark question means you can write this definition. Okay, so if they ask for the 3 mark question means you should write the definition as well as syntax. Okay students, 5 mark question means you need to write the definition, syntax, flowchart and example. Okay, listen. So what's the syntax means? See, for counter variable in sequence. Okay, so counter variable means, listen carefully. So last year in C++ you have studied what's the format of for loop? Are remembering? For I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Are you remembering students that one? So what's the meaning? So for loop contain 3 parts. Are remembering students? First one is initial part, then update expression, then increment. Sorry, remember students? Yes, same only. Same that here you are giving in a counter variable. Same meaning. So okay, in C++ you will give I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus like that. Okay. Same here you are going to give in what? Counter variable. Okay. Then listen. So inside the for loop what you will give? This is just like a condition. So once a condition true means what are the statements you are giving inside this for loop will execute. Okay, then else part. If your condition get false means automatically it will come to which one, students? Else part. That is second else part. Okay, so that is the option. Already I said else part is the optional for this for loop. While loop also like that only. Else part is the optional as per your wish. If you need means you can give, otherwise leave it. Understood, students? Syntax? Okay. So listen carefully. That only you are telling here. So counter variable means, so already in C++ you have studied, no, same way. So increment, initial, fine, like same. Okay. So here sequence they are giving, no. So counter variable in sequence. Okay. So in the sequence means it also represent like that. In first one is initial value, second one is final value, and third one is increment value. Same as C++. Okay, so instead of using this counter variable and sequence, so in Python you are using range of function. Okay, students, so instead of using that counter variable in sequence, that one, so for loop will always use which function, students? Range of function. Very, very important question. Range of function. Okay, so upcoming chapters also, one chapter you will study about range of function. So range of function is very, very important. Okay, students, so for loop uses which concept, students? Range of function. Okay, so this range of function, what's the use means? So it will specify what are things means initial value, final value, and increment value. Okay, so already you have studied in for loop concept, counter variable in sequence, isn't it? So here range of function also used to specify what are things, students? Initial value, final value, and the increment value. Okay, students. Okay, so here inside the range of function you will give some values. Okay, normally, so what are things you need to give means starting value and the ending value. Okay, students, range of function, what are things you need to give? Which one is important? Inside the range of function you should give starting value as well as ending value. So if you are giving like this means starting and ending value mean, so while you are running the program always takes last value minus 1. That is end value minus 1. For example, I am giving range of 1 comma 10. 1 comma 10. So what's the starting value, student? 1. So ending value you have given 10. But the program will take the ending. That means that range of function will take the ending value end minus 1. Otherwise top minus 1. So 10 minus 1. So what's the last value you will get? 9. Understood, students? So range of function, always you need to specify the starting value as well as ending value, that is stop value. So always the stop value, the program will takes the value stop minus 1 or end value minus 1. Okay, so inside the range of function you are going to use another one thing. Okay, what it means, listen carefully. Again and again I am telling range of function is very, very important question. Okay, this is a syntax of range of function. Okay, so what you need to put first? Range of. Inside that you need to give start values. Already said, no. So you should give start value and stop. So start comma stop. That is very, very important. Okay, start comma stop. Then so inside the bracket they have given step. Okay, so what's the meaning of step mean? So it refers to the increment value or the step value. So in the example I'll say, so then only you'll get understand. Okay, increment value or step value, that's optional. Okay, step value is not a compulsory, it's a optional. Okay, so what's the syntax, students? So range of function, if they ask means you should write the definition, then syntax, explanation of the syntax as well as this example. Okay, very, very important question. So what's the syntax of range of function? Range of start, then stop, then step value. Okay, students. So what do you mean by start value? Start value means starting value or the initial value. Stop refers to the final value, but the program will take always the stop value minus 1. Okay, so what do you mean by step? Step means it's a increment value. Okay, increment value or step value we can say. So that's the optional part. Okay, student. So example, see this example, then only you will get understood. So listen. So what's the function? Range of, I am giving 1 comma 30 comma 1. Listen carefully. So what's the first value, student? Start value. Okay, start value is 1. So I am setting the start value is 1. So next one is stop. So what's the stop value here? 30. Okay, stop value is 30. Listen. Then step value 1. So what's the meaning of step value means? Listen. So while you are running the program, this function will print each value 1 by 1. Okay, first it will print 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, till it will print 29. Why means already I said the stop value or end value always it will take n value minus 1. So what's the n value, students? 30. So what's the 30 minus 1? 29. So starting value is 1. So you are giving the step. Each time 1 need to get increment. Okay, 1 plus 1 2. 2 plus 1 3. So till that it will print how many values, students? 29. That is the last value. Each time 1 value it will print. Okay, just like a count. Okay, understood, students? All of you the first example. Okay, come to the next one. 2, 30, 2. So what's the starting value, students? 2. So what's the ending value? 30. So 30 means last value n minus 1, 29. So till 29 you can print. So next one is step value is 2. Okay. So step value or increment value 2 means 2 you need to get increment. For example 2 first value, then 4, then 6, then 8. Each time the 2 will get increment. Understood, student? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay. So if what's the last value I said till 29 you can print. But if you are incrementing the value by 2 plus 2 means whether you will get 29, no 28 you will get. Okay. So you can print till that program will print till what? 28. Understood, students? The starting, first one represents starting value. Next one represents what? Ending value. Always the program will print the end value minus 1. So but here you are giving the step value 2. So each time the value need to be incremented with 2. Okay, students? Okay. See the next example. 30, 3, then minus 3. So what's the starting value, students? 30. So what's the end value? 3. Okay. But the step value they have given minus 3. Okay, step value have given minus 3. So minus values. So you can print 32. So reduce the 3 plus 6 you can print. 30. Then reduce by 27. Then 24. Then 18, 20, 21, 18. Okay. So likewise it will get reduced by 3, minus 3. So till 6 you can print because the ending value is 3. So till 6 you can print. Okay. So already I said stop value always minus 1. So minus 1 is still 29. Sorry, the 3 means 2. So whether it is possible. So in the third table, no. So you can print till the before that value 6. Okay. Then come to the last example, range of 20. Okay. So here they have not at all given the starting value or end value or the step value. Only they have given one value. Okay. So listen carefully. In the range of function, if they are not mentioning, if they are not giving any value that start value, step value or anything, if they are giving only one value means listen carefully. So always the program will take that value as a end value. If you are giving only one value inside the range of function means listen, always it will take one, that value as a end value. Okay, so what's the end value? 20. Now you can ask, without giving the starting value or initial value, how you can print? So in that range of function, if they are not mentioned the starting value means listen, so the program will always takes the starting value at 0. Okay, students. So in the program, if you are not mentioning starting value inside the range of function means the program will automatically take starting value is which one, students? 0. Okay, and it will print the end value minus 1. So what's the answer, students? Starting value, if they here only they have given the 20. That means it will take as a end value or stop value. So always end value minus 1. 20 minus 1. So what's the end value? 19. Okay. So here they have not mentioned the initial value or starting value. So what's the initial value, students? 0. So what the output you will get? 0 to 19. If they are not giving the step value means continuously it will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that till 19. So understood, students? Range of function in for loop, very important question. So in all these examples you should study thorough, understood the concept and study, because from here they will ask 2 mark questions. Own 2 mark question, sometimes own 1 mark question. If you understood the concept means only you can able to write the answer. Okay, students? Okay. So this is the flowchart for the for loop. Okay. So flowchart, listen. So already I said flowchart is a entry check loop. So you are going to check the condition at the starting, isn't it? So listen. So each time it will check whether your condition is satisfied, whether you are reaching the particular thing. So once your condition is satisfied and you are reaching the particular thing means it will come outside of the loop. So if your condition is not satisfied means that loop will get execute. Understood, students? Okay. So listen carefully. So here they are giving some programs to illustrate the for loop. Okay. Using the range of function. Like this only they will ask what? 2 mark questions. So listen carefully. So this program is very easy as well as very important also. So you should study thorough. Listen. So for loop always starts with the keyword for. Then you need to give one variable. So for I, in here they are using which function, students? Range of. Understood, students? So what's the loop you are, what loop you are using? For. Then you should give one variable. Okay. Then inside the for loop you are giving which one, students? Which function? Range of function. So what's the syntax for range of function? First you need to give the starting value, then ending value, then the step value. Step value is the optional part. Okay. So here listen carefully. What's the starting value, students? 2. So what's the ending value? 10. So always end value minus 1. So 10 minus 1. What's the value? 9. So 2 to 9 you can print. Isn't it? But the step value they have given us 2. So each time the value will get incremented with what? 2. Okay. So already I said always that loop, for loop or if condition or while loop always ends with its symbol, students, colon. Okay. So next you are giving the print statement. Okay. So now you have given the function. Inside the function you have given the values. Now you need to print all the things. Okay. So each thing you are mentioning in the variable, which one, students? I. Okay. So to print something, see, listen carefully. Already first itself you have studied in Python. Space is a very important concept. See, inside the follow how much space they are leaving. See. So automatically once you are giving this for loop, or if you press the enter button here means automatically it will leave like this space. Okay, no need to leave automatically. So if you are not leaving the space like this means you will get error message. Okay, so listen. So you are storing or you are saving the all the things in which variable? I. So you should print which one, students? I. So which statement is used to give print? Print off. Okay, so print off. I am going to print the variable I. Then comma. Then end equal to. So that means you are going to end the statement. Within this only you are going to print. Okay. So listen, then you are going to close the bracket. So what's output you will get? 2, 4, 6, 8. Understood? So here you are using for loop inside the range of function. But whether you are giving any else part here? Whether you are giving any else part? No, you are not giving any else part. So already you have studied, no? Else part is the optional. But see the next program. So next program, same program, but you are giving else part also. Okay, students? Same program only. Already have studied in the same program, but you are giving the else parts. Okay, so what output you will get? So same program for I in range of same thing you need to write. So listen. So the program output you will get till 8, isn't it? Then else you are giving. So here up to which one you can able to print? Till 8 only possibilities. So till 8 it will get print. So after 8 whether it is possible to print? No, range of function will not print. Okay. So you are coming to which one? Okay, students. So here you are giving what? Else part. So here till 8 only it is possible to print. So once it will reach the 8, so your condition get failed. So automatically it will print what? End of the loop. So what output you will get? Along with that your output will get is end of loop. Okay, students, up to this enough I think it's so today's study portion is for loop. Okay, very important question. For loop, range of function and these two programs. Okay, students, take a study.